Introduce him because he just joined the live. He is a comedian. Oh, duh. And also an actor who has appeared on BET, VH1, Comedy Central, and feature films such as Soul Plane, Zoolander. Let me do my Zoolander. Is that a good one? And Johnson's Family Vacation. Please give a very warm welcome to Godfrey.
Hey, what's up?
What's
How
going
you doing?
on?
What's happening?
Nothing much. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
I'm good. I'm in Baltimore, but the place is called Timonium. It's just like 15 minutes outside of Baltimore. I am at Magooby's Joke House this weekend. I had a show last night, which was dope. 2 shows tonight, 7 and 9:30, and 2 shows tomorrow, and then I'm back to New York, though. But yeah, I'm in Magooby's. I'm in Baltimore performing.
Be more. Stand up.
Be more. It's fun. I love Be More. I love the DMV area, DC. You know, they come out to laugh, so it's dope. You know,
it is definitely dope. And what's even more dope, I had spotted Chicago native. What's up, Chi-Town?
North Side, Uptown, 920 West Lakeside Square Apartments. What you want? Then my parents moved to Damon, Roscoe Village.
What?
Where I graduated from Lane Tech High School and went to University of Illinois Champaign. My sister went to Loyola. My brother, he went to St. Gregory High School. My sister graduated from St. Benedict High School. I was at St. Benedict High School freshman year, then I left because they were racist as hell. Couldn't take that. And yeah, it was too much. It's like I have racist nuns. What? Okay, gotta go. This God thing, then you're racist. Okay, not connecting here. Okay. Gotta go. Not really feeling the God thing, and you don't like black people. Okay. So I went to Lane. I'm so proud of that I graduated from Lane. I love my high school. I love Lane. Every time I go to Chicago, I drive by Lane Tech on Addison. I go, this is my high school, man. And we all still hang out. A lot of my Lane Tech buddies, we still hang out. Like, we still talk to each other because I had so much fun in my high school, man. You know, Chicago's all about the high schools. It's not about the colleges. It's about the high school you went to.
So I went to Crete, Monique.
You went to Crete? You were way out there, my girl. The Lawson family. Glennis Lawson went to Crete, Monique. She went to Crete. That's the first time I heard about Crete, Monique. And when I was in U of I, she goes, what's Crete? Crete, Monique.
Yeah, I know.
The suburbs.
Every time I mention Crete, you know, being from Illinois, you know, I grew up there, of course, but now I live in the city, you know, so I don't know. Can I call myself a Chicagoan? Like,
yeah, listen, Richard Pryor's from Peoria, Illinois. So he's an Illinois man. So I'm like, I'm claiming that.
Right.
That's my man. That's Bradley University, but Richard Pryor's from, and you know, Dick Gregory went to Southern Illinois.
Oh.
He's a Saluki. Yeah, he went to Southern Illinois.
So many, it's so crazy how many actors and actresses and talent that has spawned from Illinois, Chicago.
Yeah, and just the Midwest, period. But we just talking about Midwest, like Ohio. You got Halle Berry, Steve Harvey, Arsenio Hall. You got Eddie Griffith. I mean, you got Cat Williams from Dayton, Ohio. Dave Chappelle from Ohio. We got a lot of Midwest folks. Lots.
So would you say that Richard Pryor was a huge influence on you in your
Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was like more godly to us because he was at the timing was Eddie Murphy, but Eddie Murphy was a replica of Richard Pryor. But Eddie Murphy was able to take comedy to a rock star level because he was young, he was hip, and he was a good-looking guy. So it was a combination of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the fact that Eddie Murphy was on Saturday Night Live, and Eddie Murphy is the greatest SNL member ever, like ever. Eddie Murphy was the only member who hosted at the same time he was on the show. Mm-hmm. He was actually a guest host while he was a member. Mm-hmm. He was the only one. And SNL was in 3rd place at the time, and Eddie Murphy made it #1. Single-handedly made it #1. Bill Cosby was also an influence. People don't understand like the lineage that Bill Cosby influenced Richard Pryor, who influenced Eddie Murphy. you know, and then Red Fox. There's I was influenced by all of these guys. Red Fox, and Red Fox came before Bill Cosby. There's Red Fox. Then there was, you know what I mean? If we want to go back, you got Pigmeat Markham, Slappy White. You got, you know what I mean? You got, I mean, my history of comedy is ridiculous. So I study all of it. You know what I mean? So without all of them, there would be no us. That's
right.
real talk. You know what I'm saying? So Bill Cosby was like, you know, really, really like Dick Gregory, Bill Cosby, then was Red Fox. All of these guys were influenced. But Eddie Murphy was like the direct influence, like who was like, you wanted to be Eddie Murphy. Like almost every comic, every comedian, no matter what race, wanted to be Eddie Murphy. Everybody wanted to be cool like Eddie Murphy. You know, wear some cool leather jackets and you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Eddie was he encompassed everything. You know, sexiness, rock star status, cool, black. Like it was cool to be black and be smarter than everybody in the room. Clown everybody and still leave with the girl. Like
you know what I love about Eddie Murphy that he got away with? He made cursing I think more mainstream, in my opinion.
No, because he'd be like this, you the fuck you man. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, Eddie. Suck my dick, Eddie. You know, he made it right. Eddie Murphy, and I've met Eddie Murphy, man. I've talked to him for like a half hour. Eddie Murphy is a genius, and he looked out for a lot of comedians. He looked out for Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle. He looked out for a lot of people, and he's such a genius and so easily talented. He could do voices. Like I'm a guy that does a lot of voices and accents, but Eddie could do that. Eddie could do voices and could do a Jewish voice, a Chinese voice. He was that skilled, very articulate. You know what I mean? And he was very clear about what he did and his character change. He's just an incredible talent. He's the greatest comedic actor in cinema. And you cannot deny this dude. You cannot touch Eddie. Period. Yeah. Like Eddie Murphy was so famous we didn't know what his last name was. What's Eddie Murphy's last name? He was a one-name guy like Eddie Murphy. What's Michael Jackson? What's Michael Jackson's last name? I don't know. What's Denzel Washington's last name? You know, when people take it to a level where you don't know their last name and they have the last name in the name. Right.
I know exactly what you're talking. Let's talk about your career in comedy, because you did start out here in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
In the, comedy, all jokes aside, in the comedy circuit.
Yes.
But I wanted to ask you because Yvonne Orji off of Insecure, she is, I think, Nigerian as well.
Yes, she is.
And she talks about how her parents, I don't even want to do the accent, but was like, oh, you want to be a jokester. You want to, like, they don't take that seriously. So how did your parents receive you making that choice to be a comedian?
Well, what's funny is I was talking about being Nigerian about 15 years before Yvonne was. I put Nigerians on the map. I was like the first guy to talk about Nigeria when I did Comic View in 2000 in Atlanta. I was talking about being Nigerian American, and my parents, I was a pre-med psych major in college at U of I, and I said, man, I think I want to do comedy because Tommy Davidson had come to our college, and I hung out with him with my friends, and I was like, I think because he really put that bug in me when I saw him. I was like, yo, I think Ricky Harris, Tommy Davidson came to our school, and I was like, and shout out to, rest in peace, Ricky Harris. And I really was like, I think I want to do this because in college, I was very, very militant. Like, I would go see the minister on Stony Island. I would go to the mosque, and I was influenced by Minister Farrakhan and listening to a lot, when I was in college, a lot of Malcolm X and, Angela Davis and just the whole Black Power movement. And Sister Soldier, we brought Sister Soldier to our school. We brought Eleanor Holmes Norton to our school. We brought Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael to our school. I met Amiri Baraka. I met Gwendolyn Brooks. I was really into that because in college, University of Illinois was so white. I remember it was 45,000 students and only 800 Black. And we had the biggest sorority and fraternal system in the country. So we had all the black fraternities, Delta, Sigma, AKA, Zeta Phi Beta, SG Rho. We had Kappa, Omega. We had Iota Phi Theta, Sigma. We even had Latino fraternities that had smaller groups. So we all stuck together. Like the black Greeks are what was the glue to a lot of our stuff, because they had all the parties, Kappa Carnival. We had Black and Gold Weekend. So black students that weren't part of the sorority, we got to party with them because they black. So it was, even though, you know, you look at the Greeks and you go, okay, it's a little bit of a sort of a cliquish, but they were very inclusive because we came to the parties. You know what I mean? And we, so it was that, and that's what got me into like really reading about, you know, I read every book published about Malcolm X, Nikki Giovanni. I read Zora Neale Hurston. I was reading, you know, everything, you know, Autobiography of Malcolm X, Destruction of Black Civilization, Chancellor Williams, Stolen Legacy. We brought in Francis Cress Welsing to our school. I hung out with Ralph Abernathy. Like, we were serious. We had the African American Cultural Center, and we started a book club on our own. We were like, we got to start reading our own books about our folks. We need to read real books, real study. I mean, I'm telling you this because this is what affected me as a comedian. Yes. And I got into like being, you know, and I'm Nigerian, so I was like, it was, but I was born in America, so I'm going through the same shit that an African American is going through. It was no different. I don't have an accent, so I'm African American to anybody, you know. So police brutality, I know what that's like. I know what being harassed by the police are. I know what it's like to be called the N-word in class. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to fight a bunch of white dudes and beat their ass because they called us niggas and we whooped their ass. I've been in racial fights. You know what I mean? I've been through all that. Segregated Chicago, which is still the most segregated city in the country, along with Milwaukee, which was discovered by a black man, which is really creepy.
Preach.
DuSable Museum.
Yes.
DuSable Museum. Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. You know, so I was into all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that, bringing that to the forefront, when I started doing comedy, you know, I was like, the reason why I want to do comedy, because I was talking to the girl I was dating, the reason I want to do it, like a lot of people say it's because I'm funny. Yeah, I'm funny, but I got some shit to say.
Right.
I got something to say that's going to be different than everybody's. I mean, when you first start out in comedy, you don't have good jokes. I was doing voices, and, you know, I was imitating Bill Cosby, you know, and Richard Pryor and Johnny Carson. But then once I started to get better, because one of my first shows, I was in a comedy team first. I was with a partner. It was Godfrey and Alexander. We did it for about a year. Our first person we worked with was Adele Givens. We worked with Adele Givens, who's my homie for a long time. Adele Givens, who everybody knows, Adele Givens, she turned out Def Jam. She was one of the biggest names in Def Jam, you know, with just one line when she told that dude, me, give you a blowjob, that's like giving a whale a Tic Tac, mother, with my big lips. And she blew that up. So then I was in a comedy team. I'll make this short. I was in a comedy team. I stopped doing that through the advice of Steve Harvey. At all jokes aside, Steve Harvey said, yeah, you need to get rid of that guy. You need to get rid of him because you the more talented one. And the guy I was doing it with was kind of not really into it. And Steve, I remember Steve Harvey telling me, yeah, you need to cut his ass. Cut his ass. I remember Steve said that shit. He said like this. He's like, hey, cut his ass. Your ass need to, I know you tired of spitting that money. Boom. I was like that. So Steve, what's funny is Steve was integral in me cutting my friend. And this is when Steve was balding at the top. This is before he got the fake joint.
Stop.
No.
I'm not.
But Steve will tell you though. So this is like 90. This is like 94, 95 Chicago. I got rid of him. And you know, I came up, and this is the amateur night on Wednesdays by Damon Williams, hosted by Damon Williams, who's cousin to George Wilborn. Okay, so this is me. This is the amateur night.
Williams is and
No, no,
George
no.
Wilbur?
No. I'm going to still say it, even if you know it. I'm just trying to tell you.
I got you.
Yeah, remember, I was doing this shit before you were doing this interview stuff. So understand where I'm coming from. When I'm talking about Chicago, I'm real Chicago. It's real. So now, I'm not saying you don't know them. I'm just
respect. Right. I get it.
Right. It's like someone talking about Martin Luther King. You go, I know who Martin Luther King is. Well, we know who it is. We just got to bring the name up.
No, respect, man, respect, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't want you to think I'm sleeping.
No. I'm telling you because you know them. I'm just giving you the chronological shit. Flame Monroe was amateur with me. We started together. Flame Monroe, Dion Cole. Me and Dion started the same night. Dion Cole, I brought Corey Holcomb into comedy. He used to work with my brother at Jewel Osco. I brought Corey Holcomb. Holcomb was a ball player. My brother played basketball with Corey Holcomb. I got Corey into the game. And then there's D-Ray. And then there's all the Chicago. That was like the first. So then I was doing comedy at a place called the Funny Firm on Orleans. Okay? And then we used to do comedy at a place called Dejoise, which was on Kinsey. And we used to do poetry and comedy. Then there was a place called Spices. That's where Love Jones was created. The movie Love Jones was created by Ted Witcher, who was head of the Poetry Nights, who's from Chicago, who I remember the night he announced, I'm doing a movie called Love Jones. And then Lorenz Tate, who's from Chicago, was hanging around us to learn the poetry game. And my buddy from high school, Reggie Gibson, who was the #1 poetry slam champion, international, was consulting Lorenz Tate for that movie. You understand? Wow. So Spices was where Bernie Mac had open mics there. Bernie Mac had a show at Spices. You see, because I was doing the Funny Firm, but then I said, yo, I want to do black audiences. I want to do black audiences now. I can do the mainstream. I want black shit. They said, you need to go see Bernie Mac at the Cotton Club. I said, who's Bernie Mac? Bernie Mac got a show. This is before All Jokes Aside opened up. Bernie Mac got a show at the Cotton Club, 16th and Wabash. Blah, blah, go over there. I said, oh, okay, I'll go over there on Monday night. I come, I see Bernie, I see this dark-skinned man with round glasses, sweating, going, motherfucker, I'm tired of being sick, motherfucker, I'm tired. I'm like, who the fuck? Funny, murdering. And that's when I started doing comedy at the Cotton Club. All of us did it. Dion, all of us were doing, he had a variety show. It was singing, and Dejoise, Dejoise was an old club opened by Steve Dejoise. So he was doing comedy, and that's where I met George Wilborn. And Wilborn saw me and my partner performing at Dejoise and got me into All Jokes Aside. George Wilborn's my big brother. Got me into All Jokes Aside. I was doing All Jokes Aside. Raymond Lambert, shout out to Raymond Lambert, Mary Lindsay, and James Alexander, who owned and opened up the #1 black comedy club in the country for 7 years, was All Jokes Aside. Because Raymond graduated from Morehouse. They were investment bankers. They were all business people. So they literally changed the face of Chicago, you know what I'm saying, through All Jokes Aside. I met everybody, Sinbad, Cedric the Entertainer, Mark Curry, all the, Jamie, everybody came, So I started doing I did a children's comedy show for 2 years for underprivileged children in Chicago. It was Saturday mornings. I would do that plus do my amateur shit. Bernie Mac took me under his wing. I was one of his favorite comics. I got to host. Once Bernie Mac started going on tour with Def Comedy Jam, Bernie said, hey, man, I want you to take over the Cotton Club for a summer or so. That's what Bernie was getting famous. I was the first dude to imitate Bernie. I imitated Bernie on stage when Bernie brought me up and said, hey, man, I heard you, all this motherfucker talking about me and shit. He said, you can talk like me, motherfucker. I go away, and then I heard you trying to copy motherfucking Bernie Mac. And I went on. And so that was the dynamic. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? So yeah. Once I started getting into the comedy, started getting into the groove. Then when I moved to New York, I got on this show called Premium Blend. It was a comedy set. That's when Comedy Central was actually funny. So I got on there, and the person hosting our series was Tommy Davidson.
Oh, wow.
Who I hung out with in college. And he was my first host. He brought me up. My first TV appearance was with Tommy Davidson, which is like funny how things, you know, I hope I made some sense. And also Wood Harris. If you guys know who Wood Harris is, from Chicago, from The Wire, Wood Harris and his brother Steve. Wood Harris used to hang out with me at the poetry and comedy nights before he went to New York to study acting at Tisch Acting School. So, yeah.
No, and I thank you so much for that comedy history, because a lot of people, I feel like, take for granted Chicago and how much it's birthed comedians here.
Yeah.
And just the scene here was so rich with so many comedians that have gone on to do so many great things, you know? So I think a lot of people needed that history, because I think Chicago gets
because they got to know where you come from. People think, when people ask me, hey, can you give me some tips on comedy? I say, you better love what the fuck what it is. You better love the shit. Yeah. You think it's overnight, my friend? Do you think I can't even explain. Flame Monroe is finally getting her due. I say he or he don't give a shit. He's finally getting his fucking due. They don't even realize how he's from the west side of Chicago, transgender, been doing transgender in the 80s and 90s, like old school when people were like, what the fuck?
Right.
But the fact that I grew up on the north side and I wasn't far from Boys Town, you see. I used to go to Wrigley Field because I played baseball for a long time. So me and my brother, we would go to Wrigley Field to see games. We could walk to Wrigley Field. You feel me? So Boys Town is down the street from Wrigley Field, the gay area. So I was used to seeing it, but not used to it because I didn't understand it. So when I met Flame, I was like, oh shit, this dude's a trans. He got titties in it. What the fuck? But he was a bad motherfucker. He was West Side. There's this hardcore transgender dude that is like with titties and talking about dudes. Like, what's good?
Right.
I was just online with Flame a few hours ago, and he said you and Dion were the only ones that treated me like with respect. Like I said, because that's your business. I don't understand it, but you're a human being. Whatever. That's on you. But people don't understand what we have gone through. Like 20 plus years, we've been grinding. Because comedy is a craft. It's a real craft. I was doing prisons in Illinois. I was doing Dixon State Penitentiary. I was doing comedy prisons. You know, I was doing maximum security lockup for men and women. I was doing comedy shows in prisons, which I got to give credit to another brother named Fernando Johnson. Dose Johnson was a Chicago comic. He won remember you used to have the Miller Lite? There was the Miller Lite comedy contest. He was one of the winners of the Miller Lite. Like Cedric was a winner. Bernie Mac was a winner. Dose Johnson introduced me to prison comedy. Another Chicago legend. He didn't become super famous, but Chicago knew him. He's still around. I think he's like a corporate medical guy now, or some corporate medical guy now. But because when I first came to New York City, Dave Chappelle was one of the first guys I met. It was Chappelle, Tracy Morgan. These were the cats. I was on a show with Chappelle in Brooklyn, like in 96, 97. I've known Chappelle since that long, and I was the Chicago dude. I had a Bulls t-shirt on during the playoffs when we were banging against the Knicks. Did you see The Last Dance?
Yes.
That time I was in New York getting yelled at by audiences because I'm wearing all Bulls stuff because I did it on purpose. I was like, remember when Jordan's restaurant was open?
Yes. Yes.
You could only get t-shirts from that store. You couldn't get it anywhere else. So I would buy those t-shirts and I would like wear it on stage in front of New York dudes. Like they was like, man, yo, take that Chicago shit off. I go, we gonna beat your ass. I don't really care. You guys, I don't play in the game, but Jordan is the best, and y'all know that. So we still gonna whoop your ass. I hated the Knicks, hated them. So I literally put myself in the fire, but then I got my respect because I was funny, and I knew how to go back and forth with cats. Because you know Chicago, what you talking about my mama? What? Anyway.
So that's a good point that you just brought up. And I don't have much time because they told me I was supposed to be off 10 minutes ago. But like,
why? Oh, really? Is there something else?
No, I have time. They told me you did it.
Let's keep talking, man. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. But that's what I want to talk about is so I remember, you know, for me being in high school, there was kids in the back of the class. There always will a roast session. That's what you called it. But now it's bullying. So how do young people get their practice? I mean,
they got to get their practice by maybe they all like form groups going, listen, we're going to keep this amongst each other. We talk about each other. This is just us because we know each other. We all going to talk about each other, but it comes from a good place. We homies. Even if you gay or you straight or we should be able to make fun of each other, but through love though, because that's what we did. A lot of times we were friends. We just dogged each other, but we were friends. Now we're not going to bully people that we don't know just to be bullying them. Nah, because what's funny is talking about each other makes you sharp. I'm going to tell you one thing.
We do it in the family. Like,
the reason
my brothers, you know,
the reason why my fades be tight, let me tell you why. My people be like, who's your barber? I go, the reason why most of my dudes, our fades are tight, because we would dog your ass if your fade was off. We'd be like, now I know you ain't talking about me with your line and you look like you lined your hair with a rock, son. And you'd be like this, oh shit, they got me. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because, Cat, your sneakers got to be tight. Your weave better not be, or whatever it is. Your nails better, your teeth better be. See, we had brothers going to the dentist because we dog them so hard. You're like this. Nigga, your teeth look like they arguing with each other, bro. Your one tooth is facing this way. They look like they talking. What's up with the front teeth, though, son? And you're like this. Yo, I need to go to the dentist. I've been bullshitting. Yo, what's up with do you brush your shit with butter? This tooth is bothering me. That ain't even gold, bro. But
there's a story. Wait, speaking of that, there's a story. One time, my brother had made me so mad, and I couldn't curse. My mom was sitting right there.
Right.
And I go, "You butter tooth bandit!"
He went to the bathroom like.
And my mom goes, butter tooth? And to this day, she remembers that and still cracks up laughing to this day. I can call it right now.
But see, I remember, and Tony Woods, by the way, Tony Woods, who's literally a master of comedy, who literally mentored me too as coming up, who's from DC, who's on the Tiffany Haddish Stay Ready season 2, Tony Woods, who literally mentored Dave Chappelle, who taught Dave Chappelle. When you see Dave Chappelle, you're watching Tony Woods, kind of seriously. I remember Tony Woods when I would do some ghetto ass rooms in New York. Woo! Nothing but Timberlands and Pele jackets. And I remember this dude was talking about me, had all gold fronts. He kept on coming at me, and my friends still remind me. I go, sir, excuse me, sir, but your teeth are golden and you're bothering me. The place, I leveled the place. Everybody was like, yo, that was the funniest. Because usually you'd be like, nigga, I know you. I said, sir, I understand, but your teeth are golden. I don't.
We can't have a conversation.
I can't talk to you. I don't understand what you're saying. You're inarticulate. I murdered him.
Disengage. You just had to, I got to disengage. Sir.
I have to disengage. I had to get college on him. I have a degree. I need to use it. I go, I can't. I'm gonna have to separate my status from you. I'm better than you. Your teeth are gold. I mean, we're all black, but this is the time where I feel better than you. Just this one. But this skill comes from being in the streets of Chicago and having friends. Everybody can cap on each other. Like,
right.
I even knew white dudes and Spanish dudes would kill you too. Like, what? I know you ain't talking to. Yeah, everybody knew how to cap. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But that's just that city life. Whether you're from Philly, whether you're from Boston, whether you're from New York, whether you're from, you know what I'm saying, whether you're from Kansas City, whatever, everybody has that. It's not just Chicago, but I had so much of a balance because people don't understand that Bishop Don Juan is from Chicago. People don't understand that pimp game is real in Chicago. So we was doing shows for pimps too, because sometimes the Cotton Club would be like, there goes Michael Jordan, there's Scottie Pippen, there's Juanita, there's Ahmad Rashad. Oh, and then there's Bishop Don Juan, there's his pimp crew. You know, there's Lisa McCoy, Lisa Ray's from Chicago. There's Common, you know, we had a whole plethora of different Chicago life. You had the college heads, you had the dope dealers, but they were all under one roof. You know, so we was always schooled on. So that's why I tell people when I was in New York doing all the Chicago, everybody goes, "Oh, here comes the Chicago dude." I go, "You damn right."
Damn right.
That's a bad. Like when New Yorkers are proud of them, I go, Chicago, yeah, but people don't understand. Chicago is the most notorious city for politics. We're the most corrupt.
Yeah.
We're the most gangster city. I go, why do you think Obama won so easily? He's a gangster, bro. Don't get it twisted. Like for real. Like, so I had everything. I had a college education, street knowledge. You know, you had friends. We all had friends that were, you know, some were gangbangers. Some got pregnant early.
Yes.
My mother was an OB-GYN nurse. She delivered a lot of people's babies. My mother would be like, and you know, I'm Nigerian. My mother said, guess who had a baby? Where I just delivered the girl who's 16 years old. I just delivered her baby. Why did she get pregnant? My mother be mad. But my mother trained some nurses, trained some of my friends who became nurses. My father was an educator for 45 years on the west side of Chicago. My father, Malcolm X College and CCA Academy, which was an adult learning center. 45 years, my father, Lawndale. You know about Lawndale, still fucked up.
I know.
Rest in peace, my mom and my dad.
Definitely rest in peace. I have a question though for you as far as your journey, because it's so long, it's so extensive. But what would you say is the best part of your journey?
My best part of my journey is just, I think it's the knowledge that I have attained, just having all that knowledge, man, and just meeting the people coming up and just being able to craft the comedy that I have. It has so much to it because of all these experiences. I love the result of what I do on stage. It's like people go, wow, I get so much from you when I watch you. The intelligence, the plot, the pride of your people, you know, the way you break down the racism, even the whites that watch me, everybody, they go, I get what you're doing. You have all this love for people too. It's just love for people. You know what I mean? I love the results of me as a comedian from all of this shit that has molded me. That's what I'm loving. You know what I mean? I love that I'm a fucking bad motherfucker on stage. Word up.
And you know what I love though about you and how you deliver your comedy and just being you. So, you know, I've watched you throughout the years, and you definitely come back to improv, you know, quite often. I see you in the lineup there, but like you just said, you are educating with your comedy. It's not just one area. I mean, and so candid, and you don't care what anybody, the political correctness of it all. You're so candid with, you know, issues that we're dealing with, whether it be racism, political, you know, just anything, you will put it out there and figure out a way. Yeah, you get a chuckle out of it, but at the same time, you like, man, this guy is speaking some truth here. You know, it can't be denied.
I mean, you think about when I was in Chicago, when Harold Washington was being elected. I remember that shit. Woo! A black mayor, they were so, white folks were so angry. He was going against Epstein. And they were so mad that a black man is going to win. I mean, this is not even president. This is mayor. And just to see how many hurdles black people have. I mean, let's not even talk about mayor. What about the person that just wanted to be a councilman? That first black person. What about the first person that just wanted to be like head janitor? Jesus Christ. Like white folks, like the white supremacy has just been angry at us on every fucking level. Like, good Lord, we can't be the first. You want to teach? You want to read? You want to eat? You want to pee? Who's the first man? Who's the first black man to pee in a public restroom? You want to pee? What? Black woman, the first black woman to make a pie. You want to make a pie? What the fuck? We had it was like we had to break color barriers every inch. Wait, you want to see the sun? Shit, we don't let niggas see the sun. Fuck out of here. The first nigga to fucking snort. Niggas don't snort. The first nigga to touch snow. You want snow? Nigga, you better go get your own snow. I can't make a snowball. It's like we've made a history. This is probably the first black man to make a snowball. They got him like this. He was the first black man to make a snowball. What? White people let him make. I made my first snowball. He holding it up like. They call him Jimmy Snowball Jenkins. You make that snowball, nigger. All right, go on, nigger. Hurry up now. Well, it's nice and wide, isn't it? Yes, it is, boss. It sure is. But you know, and he's like this. You mind if I make two? Go ahead, nigga, make two. He has his mittens on. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, white folks literally didn't let us do a fucking thing. We had to ask permission for everything. Who's the first black woman to take her first step? Just outside.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have a picture of her stepping outside, like. White folks didn't want us to have
Leave my stomach alone.
Damn.
Right. Couldn't even breathe without being bothered.
Like, the first black man to take a breath in. And he's like this. His picture's like, damn. He took his first. Okay, exhale, brother. We weren't allowed to do shit.
Oh my God, seriously.
So like when Harold Washington became mayor, it was so much fighting and all that, and he finally did it. And that was like an incredible, like, what? Like, you know what I mean?
I will get it together. I promise. Okay.
I think did I miss what I was saying? But yeah, just the whole, I was getting into, I was going off on that. But yeah, man. And did I answer your question?
Yeah.
So I went on a tangent.
You answered.
I think what led me to the
because I was asking you what's the best part of your journey?
See, and we can laugh at this kind of shit. The first black man to brush his teeth. 1, 2, 1, 2. He got the brush. You know what I'm saying? But it's true though.
Leave me alone.
It's true. It's Black History Month. I'm giving you black. Okay.
Okay. Now, let's talk about Tiffany Haddish. They ready. A lot of people said that they've already seen you on there. Oh my God. So, you've had this long journey with comedy. What do you do to keep it fresh? Please.
Okay.
Wait, I can't breathe right now.
All right.
Okay.
Damn it. Let's go.
I got this. I got this. Okay.
Yes. Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah. So, what do you do to keep it fresh? Because you're on stage, in different cities I see, but is there any other techniques that you do?
No, it's just about taking chances and just doing other things, just doing new stuff. Cause I'm always like coming up with new stuff, and it's just taking chances and throwing it out there. That's how you build your act and getting fresher stuff, is by doing other stuff, not being afraid. You got to do more stuff. It's not as easy as people think. That's why some comedians will be like, yo, or some people will be like, oh, he always does the same, or she always does the same. I go, well, you have to understand how hard it is to actually come up with a really solid act, and then you don't want to let it go. When you're killing, bam, 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 it's hard. Now you got to come up with new shit. You got to try it out. You got to bomb sometimes. The rhythm isn't there. So sometimes it's just straight lazy. Sometimes you lazy, like, I got this act. I can do this shit for 20 years. I'm good. Right. But if you get to a level like what we're getting to, which is great, people start to see your stuff. It challenges you. Now you got to start to change, because Chris Rock can't be doing the same shit. He has some of the most memorable specials. He can't, there's black people and there's niggas. He can't do that again. He has to do a different version of that. We know it already. Eddie Murphy can't do ice cream. He can't do that. You gotta, so that's the challenge. That's what I like. But I've always been a person that's been pretty prolific and just trying new shit, because I don't care. I just feel I'm a very conversational comedian. So I'm not like a one-liner, bam. But I talk about, I'm having a conversation. I just try to make it a funny conversation, so it's easier to come up with new shit. You know what I mean? So I've always been that way. So this little stint that, first of all, shout out to Tiffany Haddish. I'm going to keep saying it. This woman, man, and I've been friends with her since 2003. So I've known Tiffany a long time. That's my sister. She calls me her big brother. I've known her. All the shit that you might have read in her book, I was there, pretty much. I was around. Not just me, other comedians too. I was around for that shit, okay? Before she got married, I was the only guy that her husband actually liked to talk to. I was the only motherfucker. He'd be like, where's Godfrey at? I like that motherfucker. I was around when Tiffany didn't have a goddamn thing. I was there. When she was in comedy camp when she was a teenager, out of foster care, the whole nine. So I've known her for a long time, and for her to see her at this level, like, wait, what? Oh, shit. Like, oh, shit. Like, but I was there for the journey. Not every day, but a lot. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany knows my ex-girlfriends. Like, she knows. Like, whatever happened to the... You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
was around, and Tiffany said the reason why, and she always says it, Godfrey, you helped me get to this point.
Aww.
And when I see it, I'm glad I did what I did for her in my way, because I didn't know this would be Tiffany. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I knew Tiffany here.
Right.
I knew her here. Like, oh shit, yo, we're gonna get you. Let's get this. Right. I knew it because I liked her as a friend. I liked her as a person. That was my homie. Like, I'm just helping you. I don't know what's gonna happen with you. So if everybody says to me, oh, you just talking about that, I said, nigga, you don't know shit. Because I knew Bernie Mac before he blew up. So stop.
Mm.
You understand? I just knew them because I'm a guy who, if you cool with me, I'm cool with you. I don't care where you go. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. If you lose your TV show, you lose your movies, I'm still cool with you. What's good, man? This is that. Business is that. Everybody loses things. Nothing, I'm not one of these moist booty ass Negroes that only deal with you when you famous. I ain't corny like that. I like you because of you. If I never liked you, it's because I don't like you. I don't give a fuck what you got.
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. And even the way I carry myself, people know that. My crew of dudes that I hang with, they're not the most famous guys. But I love them. Those are my dudes. Like, this is my crew. I'm not going to build a new crew because someone's famous.
Right.
I stick with my crew. That is dope.
I love that.
Because when I get something or whatever, they all gonna eat. That's real. They know when I get my shit what's about to happen. It's over. It's like real dudes and real women are coming up. Real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, and that's so genuine because you don't have that a lot in the industry. And I love to hear that. Especially when it comes to Black folk and helping Black, still, you understand it?
I'm going to tell you something. This might be a Guinness Book of World Record in Black empowerment, but Tiffany Haddish, well, I think Harriet Tubman got the record for Black empowerment, but Tiffany Haddish single-handedly has hooked up 12 comedians in less than 2 years.
Oh, wow.
12 comedians are on a major platform because of Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany just started being famous. Just started. She's just getting into her celebrity status and just grabbed people up, say, come get some shine. Come get that. The door is open. She didn't crack it open a little bit. She was like, bam, come on, let's go.
Well, can you talk to her so I can get an interview? Because these gatekeepers are on something really shady.
I'll try. She's very busy.
I don't even want to get deep into it, but there's gatekeeper. But just like, for example, talking to you, I was limited. I want to go because I want to shout it out, but
here's the thing. A lot of times you get protected by people. You got your agents. I get that. They're doing their job, which you're supposed to, because there's a lot of knuckleheads out here that think they're talk show hosts. It's just because of social media, everybody's a goddamn talk show host. I got a live. I'd like to sit down. You're not you just on here because you want to put some makeup on and you just want to get famous. I don't believe you. There's certain people that have been doing this before all of this pandemic that are real journalists that have been in it. That's who I'm dealing with. Because you just want to be famous so you can get numbers, so then you become a bitch or a whack ass asshole. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm not trying to pump up your numbers so that it can feed your stupid ego. Because some of you do not need to be on this. You're just trying to get famous. Be the nurse that you are. Go be the teacher. Sit the fuck down. Leave this to us that have been doing it. Stop.
Yeah. No,
everybody's trying to be famous.
Yes.
Everybody.
No, I 100% agree. And, you have to have thick skin as a journalist. I mean, I was a news anchor in Rockford.
This is, shit. God damn. Rockford, Ellen. Woo. Wow.
You already know.
God.
My first interview was Nelly. Thank God. In the St. Lunatics.
Cool. He's a cool dude.
That was so long ago. It was about over 10 years ago. But, sometimes, and I wish a lot of Black talent knew this, but Black journalists are getting the doors. And I'm not saying every door is going to be open, but when there's a movie out that has to do with the Black community, why wouldn't you have a Black journalist, interviewing the talent for that?
Right.
And you know, yeah. So it's a hard road. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I'm not.
But you paid your dues. You're not just some fly by night. Oh, I'm cute. Let me cute and get a good background and just get on live. Now you're a fucking interviewer. Sit down. Go somewhere, bro. Like, hey, I have a show. You two, you got a show. Sit down. What are your credentials? Ew. I'm so tired of this shit. Everybody got a podcast. Nobody wants to hear you. You should shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear you. And listen, and I don't want anybody to take this as oh, you hate. No. Everybody's dream isn't to do this. That's bullshit.
Yes.
It's ego shit. And then when you really, really, really hit the hard walls, and what you gonna do there? Go back to your 9 to 5 because you want some bullshit. Because I'm not going back. This is it. This ain't no turning back. I'm like, oh, they closed the comedy clubs. Well, I got to think of something because I ain't going back to nothing else.
Right.
See, because but half these podcasters got a 9 to 5. Some of them are making their dough, and then you want to come put your stupid ass and take up space on us. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm cute. I'm a DJ now. Really? You're a DJ? Because you got titties? Get the fuck out of here. Sit down. And you're pressing buttons and got titties out and doing this shit. When there's real DJs, there's real men and women that were carrying crates and vinyl and doing shitty parties and wedding. And now here you come. What? Sit down. Fuck out of here.
But here's the really shitty thing about that is they end up getting in the door because of maybe this or because they have the numbers, you know?
No, yeah. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
You know?
It sucks. But it's like, that's why I tell people that have
and that's
real...
the same thing in comedy too. And not saying that, not trying to bring up any, but like sometimes it's hard for me, and the rap game, sometimes it's hard for me to respect certain individuals or their work or what they say is their work is because I do feel like you need to go through those trenches when you get something. Not to say that your talent is invalid, but I feel like there's something more greater there that you're getting from that musician or from that comedian or rap artist. You know, I was looking at Hip Hop Evolution. I think it's a Netflix documentary. Yeah. Amazing documentary. But I left watching that documentary with such a better appreciation for E40 or Ice-T or, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. It wasn't cookie cutter. They were fighting not just to get their music played, but to get out a message. And there was so much more, more that they had to fight. And yeah, I don't know. That's just my perspective on it.
No, I'm talking about some people saying respect female DJ. I'm not, see, first of all, you're out of context. Don't start that feminist shit with me. I'm saying women that are not real DJs. I know women that are real DJs. We have DJ Heather from Chicago. You understand? You know what I mean? We know DJ. I know female DJs that are really dope. Like, I'm talking about the ones that paid their dues, the men that pay their dues. There's dudes that call themselves DJs. They go, "You pressing a button, bro? Right. Fuck out of here." Like, right. I'm talking about in any craft, journalism. You've been through it. You were a journalist teacher. Not just I'm cute or I'm
right. I was doing radio for 6 years here in Chicago at Traffic on DCI, V103, KISS. I mean, before that, I have my own production company. So
you put your time in. Every kid doesn't have to be a goddamn rapper. Dude, be a tech guy. You're smart. I don't want to hear you. Sit down. Stop. Like, is that all we do? Like, stop it.
and that's, I mean, I feel like that here in Chicago, especially, I was trying to, do that. I had like a foundation for a little bit, but giving, you know, Black folks here the opportunity to see there's more in entertainment than just being the person in front. I mean, you have the set designer, the this, the that, that there's a lack. You go to these studio lots, and most of the staff is white, and that does not reflect what is so many talents out here in Chicago, and whether they can't get in the union or whatever it is. Yeah. You know, you just giving that exposure sometimes lets people kind of expand their creativity in other areas that they can be in entertainment.
I'm all about just people that put the work in. There's nothing wrong. Like Denzel said, hard work works. Mm-hmm. Like hard work works. You got to put the work in. And I don't like these fly-by-night idiots, you know, that come in here and they want to have an attitude as if you were dope. Fuck out of here, man.
No,
because I know real DJs. I know real journalists. I know people in Chicago news. Are you kidding me? You can ask Cheryl Burton, Jim Rowe, all these people I've known when I was younger.
Right.
They're still in it. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is authenticity. Makeup artist, my cousin Oni, who was a model in Chicago for a long time, did all the Ebony Fair showcase, all that shit. She's a makeup artist, been doing the makeup almost 20 years. Like, she put her time in. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't get into it. People want to take this as an, oh, what's wrong? Don't come with me with that cognitive dissonance and act like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't need people. If you're uncomfortable with what I'm saying, get off the live. Get off the live and be smarter. You know what I'm talking? I'm talking about people who love the craft, who put their time in, and really and are willing to face when the hardships come. They're still going to do it. They're going to make a way to keep doing it, not just go, it didn't work. That's all I'm saying. Is just be authentic with it. That's all. I'm not shattering your dreams. I don't own you. Shit, I'm just telling you my opinion on real artistry, and no matter what you do. Shit. Study your craft. I don't care if you're a garbage man. Study sanitation. Study how it works. Study how it works. Don't care. Right. Study what the fuck you do.
Exactly. Learn your shit.
Learn your shit. That's it. What's wrong?
That's it. So I did want to talk to you before you go, because I know I only have we've been on here for an hour. This has been a great conversation. I love it. In Godfrey we trust. By the way, I love that name of your podcast, but I wanted to know what kind of content is it what we're doing here?
It's like this. It's everything. It's like, gotcha. You know, I have a thing called Black Facts, which I was doing. I used to have a show at Sirius XM on Urban View, channel 126, until they fired me. They fired me for the same thing they hired me for.
I got fired too in Rockford.
It's a black station. They asked me to be on it. And it was called the Godfrey Complex. You know, God Complex, when you have a God complex, but it was the Godfrey Complex. And so they had me on there almost 2 years, and then I get fired. And I go, wow, that's funny. You fired me for the shit I told you I was going to talk about. Oh, my show was getting good. Gotcha. So I don't care what anybody says. I thought it was some fuck shit. Excuse my French, and it was a black woman that hired me, and she was the same one that fired me. And when I said that she fired me on different platforms, she gets mad and go, why the fuck you say? I said, you did. You called me and said I was fired. I'm from Chicago. We tell truth. That's how we talk. I like, no, you fired me. What's the problem? and you know what I mean? And so when I was on there, you know, I was like, it was cool because it was a good platform and the whole nine. And then I started to get into podcasting at the same time. You know, I got with the Gas Digital. That's where my podcast is, on that network, Gas Digital Network, which was created by a comedian and his partner who was tired. He got fired from Sirius XM, and he started his own. And he said, "Yo, you need to come on my shit. Fuck these these corporate motherfuckers trying to keep us. So he's a Puerto Rican dude, and I got on that. And at the same time I was doing the radio show, I said, let me start this podcast because they might fire my ass. Right. Because they always say you can say whatever you want anyway.
Right.
But I think when black people can say whatever they want, they get mad, you know. But there were white boys that were getting fired too. But whenever you're a comedian, they go, no, we like that. I go, right. I even told them before they hired me, are you sure you want me on your station? This is a black station that is kind of conservative. It's like you guys talk about the same shit. Like, here's an example. They would say, hey, we need to get out there and vote. We need to get out there and vote. You know, that's the same old black cheer. We have to go out and make a difference. You know what I would say? Hey, guys, voting doesn't do a lot, but you should do it because people died for it. But don't cross your fingers. Just do it, but don't be surprised if the shit don't work. But go and do it. That's my angle because it's the truth. Right. Or I would say, like, I remember when, they would say, if you don't know how to swim, a lot of black people don't know how to swim, which is crazy to me. They go, swimming is good. You got to learn. They have classes at the YMCA. People don't move from that. I go like this. I remember I did this. I said, what's really funny is how all you black folks that can't swim always be at a pool party. Always at a pool party. Dancing right by the edge of it, too. Hey, don't push me, nigga. Don't push me. So I said, why are you all at a pool party? My thing is, I said, you guys should learn how to swim because let me tell you why. Think of it as an emergency, not the pleasure. Yeah. My father was a swimmer. We swam. I was a deep ender. Me, my brother, my sister were deep enders at 6 years old. I go, we could dive in 9 feet, pick something up from the ground floor and float back up. I said, my father made us swim because there's a lot of water. The earth is 80% water. Learn how to drive at 14 because there's a lot of road, and make sure you know how to read because there's a lot of words. You should know this think of it as an emergency. Fuck your hair getting wet. That's cornball shit. What if your kid is drowning? Right. And he happens to jump in the pool and your dumb ass is standing there. Right. What if someone's having a heart attack and has to go to the hospital? You got to get in the car and drive. You're 16, but I know how to drive. Thank God. What if you have to read an instruction on how to inject somebody? Somebody's having a seizure. I got to read instructions. My father was that way. So, and then after I said that, I had about 10 black women, 60 years old, taking swimming classes after that episode. They were like, we start after that episode, you had us laughing, but had us thinking, we're taking swimming classes now. My whole crew, we all went and we're swimming now. I said, I have to take something and change it. How do I get people to, that's right. Why I did comedy, because I was like, how can I be original on my approach? I was always, always, always proud of how original I was. Bernie Mac told me that shit. He used to be like, I'm going to tell you something, God. I love the way you come on stage because your shit, motherfucker, you're different. You stay in your lane. You ain't copying motherfuckers, It's like, and you okay with being smart and shit. And he says, you be having everybody laughing. Pimps, hustlers, it don't matter. I said, because funny is funny. It don't matter. Right. I don't care. Funny is funny. It don't matter if you're a nerd. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because I know a lot of ghetto comics that ain't funny. And they talking about ass, kiss my nigga this, and they're horrible. It don't matter. Funny is funny. So that's one of the main reasons being a comedian was my original approach. And I didn't care who didn't like it. Someone's gonna like me. I don't care. I don't need to be approved by every black person. I'm like, yo, sit over there. I'm smart. And if you can't think with it, you need to go over with the dumb people. I'm not in the mood. I'm smart. I can't help it. My pops was a genius. What you think we're gonna be? Right. What you think we're gonna be if my father says you better go to school, you're gonna get fucked up? Mm-hmm. What you think you're gonna be if all your brother, your sister never miss class and you always get attendance awards? What you think we're gonna be? Mm-hmm. So I'm myself. One thing about black folks, is they like when you're yourself. They like when you're unapologetic about who you are, because they can't do nothing to you after that. They got to be like, no, this guy, he likes being a nerd. I go, yeah. I said, I just went to the museum the other day. I like museums. This is what you like. If you like to smoke and roll joints all day, that's your business. I don't, but I like museums.
Right.
I like science. I like spaceships. What's the problem?
Right.
That's what I like.
Right.
You know, so no matter who you are, there's people who are like, I'm a pimp. This is what I do. I respect that. Mm-hmm. You don't apologize for who the fuck you are. I don't care. And that's what makes comedians great, is when you are okay with who you are. This is what I am. Whether you're white, black, handicapped, don't matter. Asian, don't matter. If you're comfortable with who you are, people go, all right, we got to deal with this. That's when the comedy comes to you. That's when it comes to you. They go, you're going to accept who I am. So I don't know what you thinking. I ain't going to be another motherfucker.
Right, right. No, I love that. The authenticity, I 100% agree with you. If it's not there, one of these from the
it don't matter.
Get on.
People get booed no matter what.
Get on. I stay to myself a lot of times here in Chicago, and I'm trying to get better with getting out. But I think sometimes it starts to annoy me. You have a lot of what they call implants from here, people from
yeah.
And it makes me itch. They don't know nothing about Chicago.
No.
But got a lot to say, and the phoniness and the, you could get phony and fake a lot of places, but
yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? A lot of Chicago people that are true, they ain't for all of that. They ain't for all of that.
No, it's like New York. I've been in New York 20 years. But New Yorkers feel the same, like the transplants, man. You better respect, and I always respected New Yorkers. And they talk. I said, you all let me know when I'm a true honorary New Yorker. You guys can tell. I'm not gonna be like, I'm a New Yorker. I didn't earn that shit. Mm-hmm. Let me earn it first. I've earned it now. Mm-hmm. But I'm a Chicagoan. I'm real shit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because my boy Eric. Shout out to my boy Eric in the Silver Room. That's my boy Eric. If you ever go to Hyde Park and go to the Silver Room, he has the big block party. You heard of the Silver Room?
Yep, I have.
That is my boy Eric. I've known Eric.
What's up, E?
I've known Eric since '88. Eric, I remember when he was selling silver out of his apartment on Clybourne on the north side.
I think the Silver Room, not to be dropping names, is where
drop it.
I think and Eric can verify this, but that's where I interviewed. Why am I missing? I can't remember his name right now. With the beard, big man. What is? Oh, it's driving me crazy.
A big man with the beard. I mean,
he's a rapper. Come on.
Oh, Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. What happened to my mind?
It's all right. You had a brain fart, man. It's all good.
I'm tired. No. Yeah.
Do I need to make you a snowball? All right.
No.
I'm all right.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the Silver Room, hot in Hyde Park. Yeah, that's the place to be. Definitely the place to be. Thank you, Rick Ross. I couldn't get it. What was wrong with me? I'm mad.
It happens, man. We have so much going on in our brains. Sometimes the thoughts bang into each other.
I do, and I was playing it in beard, belly.
Because you had it. You were like, let's see him. He's right there.
I know. Somebody, don't get on me in the comments talking about how I can forget Rick Ross.
Your brain was making a snowball.
Leave me alone. I don't want my face to hurt. Please, I'm begging you.
Like, there's the thought. I'm gonna make a snowball.
Please, I'm begging you. Listen, I could go on with you forever, Godfrey. But this live has been live, and it's been on for an hour. I see you eating, so I'm gonna let you get your dinner.
Oh yeah, I was like, I'm gonna start eating now.
Listen, I think I'm gonna make some stir fry. I don't know. I'm hungry.
I have some Vietnamese food I have Vietnamese food in front of me, boy. Ooh, yes, sir. And if you ever
Right.
want Vietnamese food, you go on the north side, go to Argyle Street right there, Asia, Argyle Street, on the north side. They got some of the best Vietnamese food. Look at that, boy. Don't tell them about the Vietnamese. I like to eat Vietnam. I like Vietnam food. It's my favorite food.
Put it away. Put it away.
That's how they did. I know that Vietnamese. I love Vietnam. I love to eat nước.
I'm done with you. We got to do this again, though. No?
Just DM me. DM
Okay.
me and leave me your information.
You have a DM from me right now, so
Do
check
I?
it out.
Oh, okay. I'll check it. Yeah,
check it.
So you don't have to go through anybody.
You know.
You don't have to go through anybody. Just call me.
Okay, yeah, I would love to do this with you again. You know, I mean, listen.
The good thing is there's a lot of you journalists in Chicago. I just did a couple interviews with all you, like the 6 brown chicks.
Oh yeah.
So if you all just keep that string going, that'll be dope. We all connect. Like.
Yeah, there's so. Yeah, so I'm probably between the 6 brown chicks and myself. I don't know any other like Black journalists. Maybe I don't know them personally, but I know the 6 brown chicks.
But yeah, this is good. This is cool. Yeah. All right. Bet.
Yeah. So we got to do it. Please, please, please. Okay?
Yes.
But make sure everybody, if you get a chance, tune into Tiffany Haddish. They Ready. Godfrey is on there, and he is.
Tiffany Haddish's They Ready, Netflix, and you guys try your best to watching it over and over. I guess it changes the algorithm. We got to spread it around because, man, I came out the box on that ass. I ain't playing. We ain't got time to be messing up. And Tiffany, blessings to Tiffany for making this shit happen. It's going to turn a lot of shit around, man. Just for her giving us some light. That's such a beautiful thing. She's like a big candle, and she just lights everybody's wick. Lets everybody get light. That's all she does. Her light doesn't go out. She just gives everybody light. Gives everybody light. It's beautiful. She's unreal.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So give me some light, Tiffany. Come on the live.
Right. I'll try to tell her. You know, but she busy as shit though. Real talk.
No, I know.
When I call her, she'll call me when she can. I go, you must have some time. She go, I got time now. Like, that's just, she's busy as shit. Like,
no, I get it.
Look at the debut of the show, and I still haven't talked to her yet. I ain't talked to her yet. But I get it though. I get it.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I get it, because I know, I've been in this for a very long time, so I know when you busy, you busy. Yeah. Booked and busy. So,
man,
but whenever she gets a chance, I'm just saying, just putting that out there. And it's not just her at her level, it's different folks at different levels where it's like, you got these people, trying to, come on now.
But there's people who think they're the superstars. She can't, shut up, move. Out of my way. Stupid.
Right. And I just be like, just let me do what I do, please. Yeah. Thank you. I got this.
Fuck out of here.
Right.
I'm coming in this business. I'm trying to clean up this business and show some real manners and real humanity. That's what I'm here for. That's why they made it happen. They made it take too long for me. But I'm coming now. I'm be like, let me show you how to be a human being, okay? Move.
Right. Muck their ass.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Anyway, Godfrey, thank you so much once again. Have good luck with your show tonight. I know it's going to be great. I just got my laughs for Feel Good Friday. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will post this on my IGTV as well as my YouTube.
And real quick, if you guys are in Baltimore in about a half hour, no, about 45 minutes, I'm at the Magooby's Joke House in Baltimore, which is Timonium, that's where the comedy club is located. It's just right outside of Baltimore. It's just like the Chicago Improv in Schaumburg. They want to call it Chicago. But Magooby's, I'm here. I have 2 shows tonight, 7 and 9:30, and tomorrow, 7 and 9:30. Magooby's Joke House. I know it's a crazy name, but the owner named it after his kids. Magooby's Joke House, Baltimore. Timonium. City or Timonium. So 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. And, you know, and my podcast, In Godfrey We Trust, on the Gas Digital Network. You can also go on YouTube to look at some of the episodes. You go to Godfrey Comedy on YouTube, press the subscribe button. We're at 101,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is great. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. You know?
Absolutely.
Oh, my fault.
Go ahead.
In Godfrey We Trust, the TV show, which is on Kevin Hart's network, also on Peacock, and it's also on Pluto, the Pluto streaming service. So I have In Godfrey We Trust TV show that I shot at Kevin Hart's studio in October. So, but now it's showing the edition for Black History Month. So
awesome. I love it. Keep up the great work. And like I said, if you guys want to check this interview out or replay, it's going to be on my IGTV as well as my YouTube. At Nakia Nichelle is where you can find me. At Comedian Godfrey is where you could find him. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining me, Godfrey, for Feel Good Friday. Enjoy the rest of your night.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace, peace, peace. Later. Make that snowball now.